Thanks for having us. Crazy to get here, but we made it. Look, you know, the brand for me was so excited. I've ridden for companies my whole life. I got signed by Burton when I was 7 years old. Was on their team, making my way through the ranks, and then at one point they're like, "Oh, we'll give you a signature Shaun White Pro Model board," and that really like sparked this crazy interest in like designing my own board. You know, how it performed, how it rode, how it could give me an edge on the competition, all these things. And so as my career grew, things took off, and obviously, you know, years and years later, I found myself heading into what looked like potentially my final Olympics. And you know, Jake had passed away, which was super sad. It rocked everybody in the industry. And I was kind of sitting there going like, well, what am I doing next? Like, what's the next like 5-10 years look like for me? And I was so inspired by him, you know, and the products he made really kind of changed the industry through the new technologies and all the stuff that he was bringing to the table. And I was like, God, I would love to follow in that footsteps. And when the brand came about in a funny way, where actually they banned a certain type of wax that you could use at the Olympics. So this floral wax, it wasn't environmentally safe, all this stuff. So everybody jumped over to this one factory to try to get these boards made. And so that's when I started designing this perfect board. And I remember all my competitors were getting their bases made with just this black material, which is usually the fastest. But everybody was just doing this black base. It's like this nothingness. And I was like, why don't I just do like a white stripe? This is great. It'll be the black material, keep it super fast, but then it'll all stand out. And then my coach JJ could see me in the pipe because I'm the only one with the stripe coming down. And then that quickly just became something I fell in love with. And then the name Whitespace was obviously a play on my last name, but the name itself, or the word itself, means a blank canvas, a gap in the market, like a void waiting for something new. And I always loved that pertaining to snowboarding because it's such a rare sport where you can invent something, a new trick, and become the best. You know what I mean? There's no like playbook. It's like, well, what do you want to do? How do you want to do it? My brother and I, we've had a great relationship. He and I, you know, he got me into snowboarding, got me into skateboarding, all this stuff. And then as the years went on, we started to actually work on the products together. So he worked for Burton for years, got his start there designing, came on the road with me when I was 16, when it wasn't cool to be with mom and dad anymore. You know, we kind of parted ways at one point, stopped working together, and when I was gonna fire up the brand, I was like, man, I won't do this without you. Because him and I have this special thing. I think we're really good alone, but together there's this special sort of ingredient that happens. And so the brand was born. It was such a cool thing to launch it, be able to ride the product that I'd been developing with this other factory and actually have my name on it and ride it at the Olympics. And then from there, it's just been like a crazy sort of ride to get to where we are today. This was the one that I designed for the Olympics. And so that really sparked the whole thing where I was like, okay, cool. And then everything from the line is designed kind of after my life in a way. I was like, okay, look, we could have just splashed the market with like 10 boards, 20 boards out the gate. I was like, no, let's just be great at these 3 boards. Like, what would I travel with? Okay, that would be something playful in the park, something I could perform on in the pipe, and then something for powder. So that's where like the Montano came from, and then this is the SW Pro, and then the other board, I'm not sure if it's here, but it's the it's the AMF Twin. It's a little softer, a little more playful, but that's where it started. You know, that's a true twin tip. But that's where it started, and I was like, okay, cool, and then we've kind of like slowly grown the line from there. But even all the clothing, everything we make, all the outerwear, everything had a meaning behind it. It's like, oh, I like to travel in this, but then again, this goes under the shell layer. Like everything, because there's only so much to pack in your bag, and you're like, okay, cool, I've got to be in Japan, then I got to be in New York for this event, and then I got to be here, and so everything, like I would wear my thermal mock neck Whitespace and then throw a suit over it and go to the like, hey. You know, it was all kind of geared after, you know, my lifestyle and where I needed to be and to perform. So that's kind of where it all started.
So you guys
Yeah.
going, it's like,
Yeah, it's accessibility. I mean, you know, the sport's such a unique one where, man, you buy a lift ticket, you could probably bump into me on the mountain. Like, I don't know any basketball games where I could just get on the court and be like, oh, I'm gonna shoot a couple by you know, like it's not like that. And so, especially when it comes to the gear and the equipment, I'm like, I want people to have exactly what I'm using. sometimes that can be intimidating if you're not, kind of new to the sport. But then again, it's like, no, this should be what I'm using on my best day, So yeah, the fact that like this is what I ride when I'm going to ride. This is what I choose. It's just the favorite powder board that I have. This is my performance in the half pipe. I'm particular. I like a directional. I don't know, I've always ridden them. I don't know, but I like the twin in the park. It's fun. And after the Olympics, I'm retiring. I'm trying to figure out what's next. And we already kind of launched the brand before that, but I had been getting offers to. I could easily been a bunch of big money venture capitalists and be like, hey, here's my IP. Make a Shaun White snowboard line. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'll just collect some percentage in a check or whatever. And and those options were there to just sign back onto a new company and do what I've been doing for years. But for me, this is like I talked about earlier, it's like a fulfillment that I get, and it's my brother is doing the designs with myself. Like my good friend Miles here, he's helped me form the company, and we've known each other since we were 8 years old. His mom worked the check-in counter at the US Open snowboarding contest. My mom brought me in to register, and she's like, oh, my son's got red hair too. You guys should hang out. Here we are today. You know what I mean? So it's not this big corporate kind of thing. It's like, it's family, it's friends, and like I'm here today in person because I believe in it. I've been funding this for the longest time. Like I really believe in this, and it's a legacy kind of thing for me. Like I don't want to just like splash the market and dip. Like this is something that I hope to hold on to for a long, long time and have insane memories of building this brand. We already have some incredible stories of just like our friends stepping on the board for the first time, introducing people to snowboarding that are now hooked and love it. It's it's about that sort of groundswell and those things, and I'm proud of it. Every single day we get a little bit more, a little bit better, and I just personally love it. So I always tell the people at the office, I'm like, look, like I can open the door for us, but the product's just what's going to drive the sales and drive people to come back to the brand. You know what I mean? I can introduce people, and I would be, I'm such a perfectionist in my life that having my name on something or having, backing it the way I do, I'm like, I want it to be the best. It's that competitive part of me. So we've been working tirelessly, testing products. I was just down in Chile riding all the new boards that'll come out. Like we work on this every single day. It kind of keeps that competitive part of my life alive. But I'm so proud of the line that we've made. And as a brand, I mean, we're still new in the scheme of things, but like, the reception the feedback we've gotten from people has just been amazing. Watching kids standing on the podium at the amateur contest with our boards, like it's just such a amazing feeling. And obviously, I'd love to have the brand be super successful, who wouldn't? But I think for me, it's a more fulfilling thing, man. I love it. Like I go ride with the kids. I showed up to nationals. Like we do these things. And for me, it keeps me in touch with the sport that I love. And it's a cool way to like impact that next generation because, if you check out our Instagram, obviously, I mentioned I got my start at 7. We have young kids around that same age riding our boards and products, and such a kind of full circle moment to be supporting their careers now and doing these things. And so, yeah, I love it, and my dreams kind of come true where I've been like riding down the run and I look up and I see all the stripes on the bases of the boards and the chairlift, so I feel like the brand's really taking off, and I'm thrilled to be here and answer any questions you have. But yeah, thanks for having us. And this is so cool. I mean, to finally see the boards on the shelf has just been such a dream. We've been working hard at it. So thank you. Yeah, cheers. Right on.